Welcome, Dungeoneers and pirate enthusiasts, for a fun little video about some character builds. I'm not going to spend too much time on the introduction. Let's get into what it is that we're doing. With the rules of the builds, we will be using the 2024 Player's Handbook plus backwards compatible content. We're not going to be using any Unearthed Arcana or Homebrew to make these characters. The characters we're looking at are specifically the post-time skip versions. There will be some mild spoilers up through the Wano arc if you're interested in avoiding those. And I decided to make these characters at level 12. That just seemed to be the right tier of play for post-time skip Straw Hats. These are going to be made with some combination of lore and flavor to try to get right every Straw Hat in their build. However, I am not trying to make perfectly optimized builds. There may also be some spots where I let you decide what some specific spells are going to be. I'm not going to go through and pick every little spell and weapon on every character. Sometimes it's going to be obvious. Sometimes I prefer to let players choose what they want. So I won't be going over it. For each Straw Hat, we will be going through in this order. We're going to highlight their class first, then we're going to look at their background, their species, their ability scores. Then we're going to go back at the class and level them up through level 12 and look up a few relevant details that I would like to highlight. I don't have alignment on this list. I think the Straw Hats as a whole fit firmly into the chaotic good category. So if you want alignment, that's what it's going to be for all 10 of these characters, chaotic good. All right, let's get started. For our captain, Monkey D. Luffy, we are going to be making a monk. At first level, we're going to pick up history and insight for skills. It grants us a musical instrument or tool proficiency, so we will pick up the drums, perhaps of liberation, just for fun. We are going to get martial arts and unarmored defense. Our background is going to be sailor. We are going to get +2 for our dexterity, +1 to our wisdom. We're going to pick up the tavern brawler feat. Our skills are acrobatics and perception, and we will be proficient with navigator's tools even if we're not very good at using them. Our species is going to be human. We are going to get the resourceful trait, which gives us a steady supply of heroic inspiration. We get to pick up another skill, so we're going to grab athletics, and we get our choice of a starter feat, which is going to be tough, giving us a few more hit points. We're certainly good at getting knocked down and getting back up again. For our starting ability scores, without the bonuses figured in, I use the point buy system for all of our characters. For Luffy, we have 8 strength, 15 dexterity. That's what we're going to be using for our monk attacks with unarmed strikes. 13 constitution, 8 intelligence seems right. 15 wisdom, maybe that's where our hockey is coming from. And we need at least a little charisma to be the captain of a pirate crew, so we will have 12 charisma. Continuing along our path of the monk, we will get monk's focus, we will get unarmored movement so we can move up quickly to the biggest boss and punch them. We will get uncanny metabolism to get our focus back more easily, deflect attacks because we're made of rubber. At third level, we will be picking Warrior of the Open Hand and get Way of the Open Hand as a feature, so our Flurry of Blows attacks are enhanced. At fourth level, we get an ASI or feat. We are going to pick Inspiring Leader and add +1 to our Wisdom. We're going to get Slow Fall and Extra Attack and Stunning Strike at 5th level. At 6th level, we get Empowered Strikes. We continue on to get Wholeness of Body, Evasion. At 8th level, we get an ability score improvement. We will be adding 2 to our dexterity. Later, we get Acrobatic Movement, Heightened Focus, Self-Restoration, Fleet Step, and at 12th level, another ability score improvement with +1 dexterity and +1 constitution. Up next, we have the one-day greatest swordsman of the sea, Roronoa Zoro. He is going to start out being a fighter. We are going to pick up acrobatics and history for skills. For our fighting style feat, we will be getting 2-weapon fighting. Yes, we have 3 weapons for flavor, but 2 weapons is as close as we can get in the rules. Second Wind is a nice feature. We will also be picking up the new 2024 Weapon Mastery, 3 of them. We're going to go for longsword, scimitar, and short sword, even though most of the time we will be using scimitars. For our Pirate Hunter background, we are going with Soldier. It's going to give us +2 Strength, +1 Constitution, the Savage Attacker feat, and Athletics and Intimidation for skills. For species, we are once again a human. We will be getting resourceful. We will get an extra skill, so we will take history, and we get our choice of a level 1 feat. We will be going with tough again. For our starting ability scores, we're going to have 15 strength, 14 dexterity, 15 constitution. We have really good physical stats, not so great mental stats with 8 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 8 charisma. At level 2 fighter, we get action surge and tactical mind, a new feature that lets us use our second wind for some skills. At 3rd level, we get our fighter archetype. We are going to go with champion, so we can pick up improved critical. We are going to have a greater chance of critical hits with our 2-weapon fighting style. And at 4th level, we get a feat or an ASI. We are going to pick dual wielder and add +1 to our strength. Starting at 5th level for Zoro, we are going to mix things up with a multi-class and go into Barbarian. We are going to get Rage for when we get serious and put on our headband. We're going to get Unarmored Defense because we do like fighting with our shirt off. We're going to get 2 more weapon masteries, doesn't really matter which, we have the ones that we need. Danger Sense is nice to have at 3rd level. We are going to choose the Path of the Berserker, so we will start adding some extra damage with Frenzy. We will get some skill focus with Primal Knowledge, and at 8th level we get another feat. We are going to go with Slasher and once again add +1 to our strength. Continuing along the path of the Barbarian, we will get extra attack, fast movement, mindless rage, feral instinct giving us advantage on initiative rolls. We will get instinctive pounce so that we can get into the fight easier. And at 12th level, we will get an ASI adding +1 to our constitution and +1 to our strength, rounding out the build. Up next is our lovely navigator, Nami. And while she is called Cat Burglar Nami early in the series, and you might think we would make a rogue, she doesn't do that many roguish things post time skip. Instead, she's using a lot of thunder and lightning attacks with her climate attack. So, we're going to start with the Cleric class. We're going to pick up Insight and Persuasion as skills. We're going to get Spellcasting at level 1, and we get to choose a divine order where we can pick up some melee prowess and some heavy armor, or we can get some extra spell power. We're going to go with extra spell power and go Thaumaturge. Our background is Guide. We will get +2 wisdom and +1 dexterity. Our starting feat will be Magic Initiate with druid spells so that we can get Shillelagh as a cantrip. We will pick up stealth and survival for skills and proficiency with cartographer's tools. Our species, say it with me again, human. We are resourceful. We get an extra skill, that will be deception. Our origin feat will be skilled so that we can pick up another tool proficiency and actually have navigator's tools as the navigator. We will also be picking up history and arcana. Our ability scores are going to be 8 strength, 13 dexterity, 10 constitution, 15 intelligence, 15 wisdom, our most important stat, and 10 charisma. At cleric level 2, we get channel divinity. At cleric level 3, we want to choose the Tempest cleric from the old 2014 player handbook. That is backwards compatible here. It is going to give us Wrath of the Storm and Destructive Wrath, so we can start laying down some lightning damage and some extra effects. For Nami, we don't particularly care about feats, so we will be taking an ASI at 4th level with +1 wisdom and +1 intelligence. Later on, we get Seer Undead and Thunderbolt Strike. At Cleric level 7, we get our choice of amping up our spells or amping up our melee attacks. We're actually going to go with the melee attacks on Divine Strike, so our Shillelagh Climb attack can hit extra hard. We get another ability score improvement. We'll get +2 wisdom to bump that up to 20. We will start getting Divine Intervention at 10th level, And at 12th level, we will take another ability score improvement. This could really go anywhere except for wisdom, so we'll just go ahead and put it in constitution. As a level 12 cleric, we have a lot of prepared spells. I'm not going to go through all of our picks for this, but I want to highlight a few that you may want to pick up. 0 level, already mentioned Shillelagh. Level 1, Fog Cloud, Thunderwave, and Sanctuary. Level 2, Gust of Wind and Shatter. Level 3, we get Call Lightning, Sleet Storm, and Beacon of Hope. Level 4 is Control Water, Ice Storm, and Locate Creature. Level 5, we have Destructive Wave and Legend Lore. And level 6, Find the Path. Up next is our ship sniper, God Usopp, who is going to be a ranger. We're going to pick up nature, survival, and stealth for our skills. We get spellcasting at first level. We get favored enemy, allowing us some extra castings of Hunter's Mark. And we get 2 weapon masteries. We will be getting the longbow and quarterstaff, which, talk to your DM, we are going to combine into one weapon, which is a giant slingshot. Our background is the natural choice of Charlatan. We will get +2 dexterity and +1 charisma. We will get the skilled feat, for which we are going to get carpenter's tools, tinker's tools, and medicine. Our skills are deception and sleight of hand, and we will also have proficiency with the forgery kit. For our species, we have yet another human. We will be picking up resourceful as a trait. We will get the skill of acrobatics, and our origin feat will be lucky. Our point by ability scores are going to be 8 strength, 15 dexterity, 12 constitution, 8 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and 13 charisma. Continuing along the path of the ranger, we will get deft explorer. We will get a fighting style, which we will choose archery. At 3rd level, we get our ranger path. That will be the Fey Wanderer. We will get dreadful strikes, hitting our opponents with psychic damage from the fearsome sniper god. We will get Fey Wanderer spells and otherworldly glamour to help us tell incredible stories along our path. We will get a feat at 4th level, for which we will take Sharpshooter and add +1 to our dexterity. We will also get at 5th level extra attack. Continuing along our ranger path, we will get Roving, Beguiling Twist. We will get another feat at 8th level. We will pick Speedy so that we can run into danger and get +1 dexterity. We will get an expertise, pick what you feel. We will get tireless and Fey reinforcements, which is an interesting one for Usopp. However, we can summon up plant creatures with our pop green abilities and maybe even summon up a fairy ally from the Tontata tribe. We will get an ability score improvement at 12th level, taking +1 dexterity and +1 wisdom. Some spell highlights for Usopp at level 1 is going to be Charm Person, Hunter's Mark, Ensnaring Strike, and Long Strider. Level 2, we get Misty Step, Cordon of Arrows, and Spike Growth. Level 3, we have Summon Fey, Conjure Barrage, and Elemental Weapon. It is time to pick up our ship's cook, and that is Sanji, and he is going to be a chivalrous paladin. We are going to get skills of athletics and insight. We will get lay on hands, and any healing we do on this build will be understood to be us handing food to one of our crewmates. We will get spell casting, and we will get a weapon mastery or 2 of them. We don't really care about weapon masteries though, because we will be using unarmed fighting later on. Our background is a noble. We will get +2 strength and +1 charisma. We will get the skilled origin feat, for which we will pick up cook's utensils, performance, and stealth. We will also get skills of history and persuasion, and 1 gaming set. Take your pick. Our species is not a human. We were genetically designed to be more than human, so we are going to be ASMR. We will get celestial resistance, dark vision, healing hands, light bearer for our ever-burning cigarette, and a celestial revelation. We will be going for heavenly wings so that we can fly through the air with our kicks. Our ability scores are 15 strength, 10 dexterity, 14 constitution, 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 13 charisma. At Paladin level 2, we get a fighting style feat. We will be going for Unarmed Fighting. We get Paladin Smite and Channel Divinity. At level 3, we pick up our Oath. That will be Oath of Devotion. Our special ability there is Sacred Weapon, which I do have a star next to because it is supposed to apply specifically to weapons and not unarmed strikes. However, I bet if you talk to your DM about this concept, we can easily apply it to your kicks. Our feat at 4th level is, of course, going to be the Chef feat, and we will give ourselves +1 Constitution. We will then get extra attack and Faithful Steed, which doesn't really come into play as Sanji, but we get the feature, so we'll pick it up anyway. Continuing along our paladin path, we will get an aura of protection. We will get an aura of devotion. We will get an ability score improvement with +1 strength and +1 constitution. We will get the ability to abjure foes and an aura of courage. We will get radiant strikes so that our kicks will carry radiant damage with them. And we will get another ability score improvement, rounding out our strength at 20 with +2 strength. Some spell highlights at level 1 is Divine Smite, Cure Wounds, and Searing Smite for Diable Jambe. Level 2, we have Aid, Prayer of Healing, and Lesser Restoration. And level 3, we get Beacon of Hope, Dispel Magic, and Revivify because maybe our food can bring people back from even the brink of death. Speaking of bringing people back from the brink of death, our ship needs a doctor. That is going to be Tony Chopper, and we are going to play a druid. Our skill pickups will be animal handling and nature. We get spell casting, we get to speak druidic, and we can either buff our melee attacks or our spell casting. We will be going with spell casting with the magician feature. We grew up pretty much alone in a snow castle, so we are going to be a hermit. We are going to give ourselves +2 wisdom and +1 constitution. Our feat is, of course, healer. We will pick up medicine and religion for skills, and we will become proficient with the herbalism kit so that we can make healing potions. For our species, we are going outside of the player's handbook and back to Eberron with Shifter. It is going to give us dark vision. It is going to give us shifting because we do change forms a lot. We are going to specifically be a swift stride shifter so that we can get some abilities to quickly move in and out of the action as a battlefield medic and back away from danger if somebody is up in our face. We will pick up the acrobatics skill. Our ability scores, we have 8 strength, 14 dexterity, 12 constitution, 14 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and 8 charisma. We are leveling up in druid. We are going to get wild shape. We are going to get a wild companion, although we won't be using it a lot. At 3rd level, we get a druid circle. We will be going with Circle of Dreams from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. This gives us Balm of the Summer Court for some extra healing ability. We will be picking up at 4th level an ability score improvement, +1 wisdom and +1 constitution. We will get Wild Resurgence to get even more wild shape ability. And at 6th level, we get Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow to provide a safe space for healing. Continuing to level up in Druid, we will pick up Primal Strikes. We will get an ability score improvement for +2 Wisdom, Hidden Paths, and an ability score improvement for +2 Constitution. Some spell highlights at 0 level, we have Spare the Dying, level 1, Cure Wounds, Goodberry, and Jump. Level 2 is Aid and Lesser Restoration. Level 3, we have Aura of Vitality, Revivify, and just for fun, Water Walk could be useful, especially for our fruit users. Level 4, we want Polymorph. Level 5, we have Greater Restoration and Mass Cure Wounds. And level 6, of course, we have Heal. Up next is our party's archaeologist, Nico Robin. Our class is going to be a wizard. We will pick up Arcana and History. We will, of course, get Spellcasting. We will become a Ritual Adept and get Arcane Recovery, all at 1st level. Our background is from Ohara. We are going to go with the Scribe, giving ourselves +2 Intelligence and +1 Wisdom. We will get Skilled as a feat, picking up Nature, Religion, and Stealth. We will also get Investigation and Perception. We will also get proficiency with Calligrapher's Supplies for copying down and translating poneglyphs. For our species, I did consider Tiefling because we are the demon child. However, I didn't think the spells matched up with this, so we are going to just stick with human. We are resourceful, we get a skill, so we will get insight, and we get an extra origin feat. We will go with alert. Our starting ability scores are 8 strength, 14 dexterity, 12 constitution, 15 intelligence, 14 wisdom, and 8 charisma. Continuing along our path as a wizard, we will get Scholar, which amounts to an expertise in the investigation skill. At 3rd level, we get our wizard archetype. We will pick a Diviner. We are a divination savant, and we will be able to use the past to tell the future with Portent. Our feat at 4th level will be Observant, and we will get +1 intelligence. At 5th level, we will get Memorize Spell. Later on, we will get Expert Divination. We will get another feat with Keen Mind and pick +1 intelligence and expertise in history. We will get the Diviner feature, the Third Eye, which, amongst other things, allows us to read any language. Finally, we will get an ability score improvement. We will get +1 intelligence and +1 wisdom. Now for our spells, which are all going to be flavored as our arms and other body parts going out to strike our foes. We have Mage Hand, Toll the Dead as cantrips. Level 1, we have Identify and Sleep. Level 2, Hold Person and Web. Level 3, Clairvoyance and Hypnotic Pattern. Level 4, Blight and Everard's Black Tentacles. Level 5, Bigby's Hand and Hold Monster. And for level 6, when we enter our full demon form, Summoned Fiend. It is time for us to acquire a shipwright. That is going to be Franky. We are, of course, going to be an artificer, not presented in the 2024 Player's Handbook. You will go to Tasha's for this one. We are going to pick up Arcana and Perception as skills. We will get Magical Tinkering, which is a big, long ability that amounts to we make stuff, and it's cool. And we will get Spellcasting at 1st level. Our background is Artisan. We will get +2 Strength and +1 Intelligence. We have the Crafter feat, granting us proficiency with Carpenter, Smith, and Woodcarver's tools. We will get the skills of Investigation and Persuasion, and we get another tool proficiency, so let's grab Alchemist supplies for fun. For species, we will once again grab our Eberron book to make ourselves a Warforge. We have constructed resilience, Sentry's Rest, integrated protection, our body is our armor, and we have a specialized design giving us proficiency with athletics and tinker's tools. Our ability scores are 15 strength, 8 dexterity, 14 constitution, 15 intelligence, 8 wisdom, and 10 charisma. Leveling up in Artificer, we will get to infuse items. I'm not going to go into detail on these, but anything that soups up our armored body is a good pick. We are going to get the right tool for the job. At level 3, we get to pick our Artificer archetype, and that will be the Armorer. We are going to get Tools of the Trade, Armorer Spells, Arcane Armor, and our armor model will be the Guardian, so that we can pick up Thunder Gauntlets and the Defensive Field. At level 4, we get an ability score improvement. We will be getting +1 strength and +1 intelligence. Continuing to level up, we will get an extra attack. We will get Tool Expertise, Flash of Genius, another ability score improvement for +2 strength, armor modifications, magic item adept, a spell storing item, and our final ability score improvement +2 intelligence. Our spells for Franky, and by the way, every spell slot uses Cola. Cantrip, we want Booming Blade at level 1, we want Thunder Wave and Catapult, level 2, Shatter and Enlarge Reduce, level 3, Lightning Bolt and Haste. Our party needs a musician, and what better musician than the Soul King Brook? We are, of course, going to be a bard. Our skill pickups will be Stealth, Intimidation, and Persuasion. We get not 1, but 3 musical instrument proficiencies. Let's get a violin, a guitar, and a piano. We get Bardic Inspiration at 1st level, as well as spell casting. Our background is Entertainer. We will have +2 Charisma and +1 Dexterity, the Musician feat. acrobatics and performance as skills, and 4 more musical instrument proficiencies. We can play pretty much anything. Take your pick. For our species, we are going to look at Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft to become a reborn. We have deathless nature and knowledge from a past life. Our ability scores are 8 strength, 15 dexterity, 10 constitution, 12 intelligence, 11 wisdom, and 15 charisma. Leveling up in Bard, we get expertise. Take your pick from our skills, probably performance on there. We will get Jack of all trades at 3rd level. We get a Bard archetype. We will look back at Xanathar's Guide to Everything to get the College of Swords. We get bonus proficiencies. We get a fighting style with dueling, and we get our blade flourishes. At 4th level, we will get a feat that is going to be Defensive Duelist, and we will pick up +1 dexterity. Continuing along the bardic journey, we get Font of Inspiration, Extra Attack, Counter Charm, an ability score improvement with +1 charisma and +1 dexterity, Expertise in a few more skills, Magical Secrets, and another ability score improvement with +2 charisma. Time for some spell highlights. At 0 level, we have the Essential Vicious Mockery. At level 1, we have Bane, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and Thunderwave. Level 2, Phantasmal Force. Level 3, Bestow Curse, Fear, and Mass Healing Word. Level 4, Fount of Moonlight and Phantasmal Killer. Level 5, Yolanda's Regal Presence. And level 6, Eyebite and Otto's Irresistible Dance. Our most recent member of the crew is going to be our helmsman, Jimbei. We are going to make Jimbei a monk. We will pick up history and insight. We will pick up proficiency with navigator's tools. We will have martial arts and unarmored defense at level 1. Our background, we are going to go with guard, giving us +2 strength and +1 wisdom. We will get the alert feat. We will get athletics and perception and proficiency with 1 type of gaming set. Our species from Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse, we have Triton. We will get a swim speed. We will get amphibious. We can control air and water. We are an emissary of the sea and guardians of the depths. Our ability scores are 14 strength, 14 dexterity, 10 constitution, 10 intelligence, 15 wisdom, and 8 charisma. Continuing along our journey as a monk, we will get most of the same stuff we got as Luffy. That being Monk's Focus, Unarmored Movement, Uncanny Metabolism, Deflect Attacks. However, at 3rd level, we are going to pick the Warrior of the Elements, granting us Elemental Attunement with Fishman Karate and Manipulate Elements. At 4th level, we get a feat that will be Sentinel, and we will give ourselves +1 strength. We will get Slow Fall, Extra Attack, and Stunning Strike. Leveling up in Monk, we get Empowered Strikes, Wholeness of Body, Evasion, an ability score improvement with +1 strength and +1 wisdom, acrobatic movement, heightened focus, self-restoration, the Stride of the Elements, and our final ability score improvement for +2 strength. And we did it. That's everybody. Those are my humble build suggestions for our Straw Hat crew. Please let me know in the comments any changes you would make, perhaps to make these more optimized, or if you think I made a grievous error in my choices. I want to know about it so that others can make the best Straw Hats they can when they do some One Piece D&D. And other than that, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Have a Nat 20 day. Bye-bye.